Live. We are live right now. Yo, welcome to the Sinners Only podcast. This is season 5. We are back with another season after a long hiatus of rest, enjoying the summertime.
My man, a world traveler, bro.
Yo, we've been out here, but we are excited to be back. And yo, Chad, how's your break been, bro?
Bro, it's a lot, bro. I feel like a lot of things have happened, bro, in the world and life. We got some crazy stories. We had submarines disappearing. We had we have literal aliens, bro. We had bro, it's crazy, bro. But I think the story that tops it all, bro, like this is how it connects personally to me, right? Those last couple months, the GOAT, bro, the freaking GOAT of soccer, bro. The freaking GOAT, bro, of soccer is now in the MLS, bro. I thought it was some crazy like story that I was hearing on some random blog like 3-4 months ago, and I was like, that's never gonna happen. That's just just talk, right? And all of a sudden, I'm at work one day like a month or two ago. ESPN posted Lionel Messi set to join Inter Miami. My entire life changed, bro. My entire life changed. Like significantly changed after that moment. It was like I was reliving how I felt when Messi won the World Cup, right? And by the way, it's been 32 weeks exact since Messi won the World Cup, right? But I relived that exact moment, right? But now it's like a dream. Like I was watching the first game and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, bro. It's like the entire reality is like dismantling itself and remantling itself to make sense now. Like I don't know, like that just put me on cloud 10, bro. Like
so why for a non-soccer fan like myself, like why is Messi coming to the States and playing in the MLS such a big deal?
So all right, there's several reasons, right? One of the biggest reasons is that before 1994, soccer was kind of like non-existent in America. I think like it was a statistic like 90% of Americans have never seen a soccer game in like 1994, 1995 before that World Cup, right? That was hosted in the United States, right? So it wasn't really a big sport. It actually was one of the most it was one of the least watched sports. And throughout the last like 20, 30 years, it's been gaining traction because the culture of soccer in America, it's really strong. Like if you go to like Kansas City, you go to Atlanta, you go to different states, it's very strong. Here in New York and New Jersey, New Jersey is one of the founding teams in the MLS, right? The Red Bulls. So like we kind of have a culture. We have had a consistent team, but it's never been like consistent. And that's what we've seen across America, right? We've never seen a consistent culture of soccer across America because of different things, because of quality. You have European countries that have way better quality than us. The way the system works is way better over there. So we never had that, right? But now we're seeing this new age where it's becoming like that. It's slowly getting there. More people are watching. And then the thing is, with Lionel Messi's arrival, there are millions and millions of people watching soccer in the United States. So it's only going to go up from here, because we're hosting the Copa America, we're hosting the Club World Cup, and we're hosting the next World Cup. So the next 3 to 4 years is just going to be straight bliss. By the next World Cup, we'll come in as a more dominant country. We're inspiring a generation of kids to come in, watch soccer, and train. So next 5 to 10 years, we're going to see so much talent come out of America for soccer just because like these big name people, and not just any big name. There's been a lot of big names that have came to MLS, but we have the biggest name in soccer history, period, ever. As they say, if you go on Instagram, the MLS Instagram, it says the GOAT plays here.
Okay.
The GOAT plays here, bro. That's a dub for America, bro.
Sheesh, what was why was Messi's decision to play in the US like why do you decide to come here instead of like I don't know, going somewhere else? I don't know.
Yo, it's crazy because I think 10 years ago he made a statement. It was just one of those things that people say, oh yeah, I'll probably end my career in America if I can't end it in Spain. So you know, it turned out he couldn't end it at Barcelona and Spain. So it's like the Saudi Arabian League, a team from the Saudi Arabian League gave him like 1.2 billion to play for like 3 years or something like that. It's like some really high number. It was like, yeah, it was like I think it was like 400 million a year, 500 million a year, right?
Yeah.
And but I don't know. I think he came during COVID and bought property in Miami, and like, you know, think about it. Would you rather live like in Miami or like in the mid East? You know, Miami's nice, you know. So I think also to the anonymity. Obviously, people still know him in America, but it's not like in Europe, you know, like or anywhere else in the world. Like he could move to Miami and kind of live a halfway semi like decently private life, I guess. Uh,
Okay.
you know, he went to Publix, like the supermarket in Florida, and like with no security, nothing. He just went to Publix, did his shopping, and left, bro. And a few fans came up to take a picture, but that was it, you know. So, um,
Jeez, that's like bliss where you can just like you could be like a famous person and then like shopping peace.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy because he actually got a really good deal too. They're giving him 50 mil a year for salary, right? He's getting a percentage of all the Adidas sales on his jersey, and he's getting a percentage of all Apple TV subscriptions from here on out. And then he's getting at the end of his stint or his career, where when he decides to leave or end his career, he has the option to buy his own team, like build his own team in the MLS. So
Yo, that's crazy.
yeah, bro. I think that's a good deal, bro. I feel like I would have took that deal over the 1.2 billion, you know?
Yeah, I got you. So that's pretty much made your whole month basically. Oh,
Bro,
basically.
I think my life, bro. I ever since Messi won the World Cup back in December 2022, bro, like ever since that day, like I'm gonna be a grown man, like 90 years old, like barely be able to walk and move, but I could literally wake up every morning and be like, Messi won the World Cup. Messi won the World. I can look back and be like, Messi won the World Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Long time coming, bro. But bro, how you been, bro? How you been?
Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. Literally, I'm just enjoying the summer, dog. It's
World
been
traveler.
yeah, not even world traveler, bro. It's just like I went to Costa Rica one time. Yeah,
That man got a passport now, bro.
bro. Yo, I'm official now, bro. It's like crazy. I've never had a passport before, which is like we were talking about this like probably a few weeks ago. How like a lot of people don't have a passport, which is like unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like I mean, I didn't like my family didn't really grow up traveling overseas, really.
Yo, I think you're cutting out, bro. I think we hit some technical difficulties.
Oh,
Elijah, you there, bro?
oh, did you? Are you? Yeah, I'm good. Are you here?
Yeah, you cut out since you said my family didn't travel much, and then like you
Yo,
just yeah.
that's so weird. I don't know what's going on. I think it might be my spotty Wi-Fi, bro. Hold on.
Your Brooklyn don't got Wi-Fi like that, bro.
Bro, yo, the Wi-Fi here is terrible, bro. I gotta switch my Am I better now?
Yeah, well, what you got? Spectrum, bro? You got Spectrum?
Bro, I got Optimum, bro. Like
It's the same thing, right? Optimum.
Yeah, it's the same thing, bro. But yeah, bro, we doing good, bro. Just trying my best to just relax before things get intense for the fall with occupation. Trying my best to pump out content. You know what I mean? Trying to get better at doing that. You know what I mean? What's weird is that like I just had one of my boys. He texted me today. He was like, "Yo, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Like, how do I do this? Like, how'd you do it?" And just like I thought I would never be in a position of people asking me for advice.
Dang, yo, you official, son?
which is like weird because like obviously there's people better than me, but it's like it's really motivating, you know what I mean? So try my best to just get better one day at a time, you know what I mean?
Bro, you know what the key to content making is, bro? I feel like a lot of people
controversy.
Well, not even just that. Like in the terms of like hard skills, bro, I feel like the key to content is just consistency, bro. Like or work ethic. If you got work ethic, like you sit down and be able to like think things through, like you could make it on social media. Like me, for example, bro, I'm not gonna sit down and make a million TikToks, bro. Like I don't got the brain for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it is. Like I'll think of an idea. I'll make it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do 10 TikToks a day for 70 days straight. And then by the first day, I'm like, all right, I have no more ideas, bro. I don't really know what to do anymore.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, it's just like with with doing that, like you do have to have some like intentionality with putting out like
Yeah,
content,
yeah,
especially if you're not like hosting like a podcast or you're doing longer form videos. Like you have to be real like you have to think through every single like short form content, whatever that you do,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
why I think like having a podcast or having like some sort of longer form channel where you can, or longer form content where you can just like clip stuff up, put it there, put it out, and you
Yo,
be
he
straight.
putting y'all on right now, son.
Like
He
it's literally,
putting y'all on.
and I'm just learning from people that like have been doing this longer than me. Like, so it's like they like literally Ruslan does the same thing. Like he has a podcast, he clips up the stuff and he puts it out on shorts, so he's not making original content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
But the short form audience is their own audience. Like some people won't even go to the long form stuff. They'll more so
yeah.
just stay on the form side because like supposedly our attention spans are getting shorter.
See, I miss the days, bro. I really miss the days where it was just one YouTube video a week. You post it, and that's it. Now you have to master form content now. Like
Yeah,
there's no way around it.
that is true. And I mean, and the thing is too, like I think the thing, if you have both, then like you're winning on all sides. But if you have like, say for someone who has short form content, but they don't have long form content, they're not, I think the longevity of like them staying on social media is like, it's not that great because they don't have any like substance behind what they're putting out for their shorts and stuff.
Yo, you know what's wild, bro? Speaking about YouTube too, it's like I put out when I put out my song in April, bro. I posted that joint on YouTube, right? And I pulled in 430 subs from that one song like a week, bro. So like that just kind of get me like motivated. Like if I just post more music, maybe my sub count will go up,
Like you got the skills for it, bro. I'm telling you.
No, but it's just short form content. I can't retain that audience,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think I would say this consistency on all platforms, on all like sort of metrics or whatever. If you're just gonna put out long form stuff, just put it
Yeah.
out. And I think it'll eventually over time, like it'll just happen because like, no, go ahead.
I'm thinking of making content again, bro. Like I had two ideas. Either put a sad boy content out there, right? Or I was like, I don't know if you've ever seen this page on Instagram, trad.west, like traditional West. Yeah, bro. I'm thinking of changing my name on TikTok to trad.chad, bro.
Hey,
And just post stoic wisdom, bro.
Sheesh, bro. You might as well, bro.
Yo, all I'm saying is, right, like I feel like there's a lot of nonsense that be going on in society these days, bro. Like a lot of nonsense. So like if I could be like, brothers, we must, lift, eat right, and then train, bro. You train for combat, be ready,
Jeez,
like
bro. I don't think
take all that stuff out, bro.
I don't
Talk
think
about Jesus and training for combat.
I don't think the Kens, bro, are gonna like that, bro.
Hey, yo, speaking of that, lies. I know you drive, bro. Like, so like drive this topic into the direction that we are going to talk about tonight.
Got you. Disclaimer, right? There will be no spoilers because yo, like, okay, so we're talking about the Barbie movie, right? And obviously it's been like blowing up and everyone's been having like an opinion or a talking point on it, right? And I think we thought, and because one of our good friends, like we saw a post from her talking about the Barbie movie, why not try to get our opinion on it, even if we haven't seen it, because we just want the clout. Like literally,
we clout chasing heavy tonight, bro.
This is if you want to talk about clout chasing, this is it right now. Like we're going to admit it because like we haven't watched that movie. But there has been a lot of controversy over it because, at least from some talking heads and people that have been, that have seen the movie, and some people that I follow that have seen the movie, they're saying like, "Hey, the Barbie movie is feminist propaganda." If you
man said the F word, bro.
If you have seen the movie, you can let us know because literally we don't know, but. We know some people that have some.
I can already hear all the people clicking off like these guys just mad ignorant, bro.
Right. But we just gonna give you our opinion because I think it'll be relevant regardless whether or not we saw the movie or not. But
So I mean, I guess that just scratches the first question out of the way, right? Like, did we watch the movie?
yeah,
We did not watch the movie.
yeah.
I
First,
don't even know what the movie's about, bro.
yo, honestly, to keep it a buck, bro, and like let's just. And I think we're gonna talk about this going forward or going later into the pod. I'm like, when I saw the movie, when I saw the Barbie movie, like I had no interest in seeing it. Not because I'm not like against the Barbie movie or the Barbies or whatever, but I was telling you before we hopped on, like, yo, I've never played with Barbie dolls. Like I've never
That man don't listen to Nicki Minaj, bro.
yo,
That's
I
why.
no, not at all. Like I don't like I had no interest or have no interest in like, in Barbie type things. And like some people would be like, hey, this is a cultural moment, so everyone should watch it. But I'm just like, I had no like, just like someone like if someone doesn't want to see a Marvel movie because they're not a Marvel fan, I'm not a Barbie fan. And
That's valid.
and from that, I had no desire to see the movie because it's not something that I grew up with. It's not something that was impacting me as a child. I have, I had people around me that have, been impacted by the Barbie movie or played with Barbie dolls and stuff like that. But I'm like, as me being a 26-year-old man who has never played with Barbies, I'm not going to see a movie about Barbies unless I had daughters or my wife wanted to see it because,
Bro, we're not going to see the movie for Barbie. We're going to see it for Ryan Gosling, bro. Like,
is that why?
that's what it is. Yeah, bro. Like Ken, bro.
Yo, I'm dead.
I'm him. He is me.
Yo, I cannot, bro. Oh my goodness. But there's a lot of controversy and a lot of people are like upset, right? I saw like, Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh.
Oh,
They were going in on this Barbie movie, even to the point that Ben Shapiro, he had like an Oppenheimer like nuke bomb or whatever, and he had the Barbie dolls and he blew up the Barbie dolls, bro. I'm just like, yo, is
bro,
that
what's crazy, right? What's crazy with it is like Ben Shapiro has said some wild things in the last like 10 years, right? It got me like literally like in tears of laughing that like he literally when he finally did get canceled, it was because of his opinion on the Barbie movie, not because of anything else he has said or wild opinions ever held in the past. It's literally his opinion on the Barbie movie. That's what took people over the edge with Ben Shapiro, bro.
yo, that's so crazy. And to be honest, bro, so I was watching the Ben Shapiro thing when he did all that. And I'm like,
oh, so you watched that? You did see that?
I watched a little bit of his commentary, and then I watched another woman, another conservative, like sort of conservative commentator, and Matt Walsh do their like bit on the Barbie movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, why go see the movie if you already know that you're going to disagree with it? You already know that it's not for you, but is it? And honestly, this is where I'm like, okay, conservatives are definitely clout chasing because they know if they say something about it, it's going to get people riled up.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I was talking to my wife about this, like where I'm feeling like every single movie that comes out now is like a political talking point for whatever side. And honestly, it's like mad annoying. And like me and being on TikTok, bro, like I already hate that TikTok is just nothing, right? But it's the fact that like you got these like 22-year-old males being upset at the movie that they went to go pay for that knew that had nothing to do with them, but it was going to be a movie about Barbie, and it was going to at least say something that they didn't like. It was going to have the traditional like, oh, like the mom staying at home, the mom like the Barbie, the woman staying at home, she's like cooking, she's cleaning. Like Barbie was not meant for that. She had like mad jobs.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I heard about, bro. I heard like her the girl created Barbie. She's her saying that like when she created Barbie, it's because of that. Like that's the whole idea of the brand. Her doing a million different things and whatnot,
Yeah, and I think some people took that as like, promoting feminist type, like, hey, you can have all these careers, you don't need a man, stuff like that. And I'm just like, but as Barbie, like if I don't know, man, like I don't know if you got wind of all the controversy that's happening, but what's your thought on like even on like if Hayden's post thread, like we saw that.
So yeah, I guess my perspective with that is like literally what you said on that post, something along the lines is like, why are grown men getting mad over this?
Yeah.
Like I get the meme, right? I get the Ryan Gosling meme, and I get it, right? But like people like grown men literally having it that like just the capacity to get angry over this. Bro. To me, it's the whole mermaid thing again, bro. It's like.
Yes.
Like it's just the mermaid thing repackaged in a different movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's controversy for controversy's sake. You know, it's not like anything real.
Yeah.
Again, I've said this a million times, right? Like, I'm not against. I mean, I'm not for censorship, right? Like, I don't think censorship is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe I could be wrong, right? Maybe at some level, some type of censorship is necessary, but I feel like once we start to censor ideas, we start playing with people's freedom to express, right? Like a movie in its form is an art, right? It's a
Yeah.
form of art, right? It's performing art. It's some type of fine art, right? So it's like art has always been controversial to give off political statements. Art has always been used to bring the voice of other people. So it's
Mhm.
like, would we act the same way if this was a painting?
Yeah.
Like I don't think we would act the same way as a painting, right? Like political cartoons and paintings and stuff have always been disruptive, right? In
Yeah.
organized society. So I don't know, like to censor somebody's expressive nature in the form of a movie, I don't think that's a right way to approach things, right? Now if you're a parent, right, and you legitimately deem something to be wrong, in your own opinion, and you choose to like just get a little background on the movie, or even if you choose to watch the movie first before showing your kids, and you
Yeah.
tell your kids they can't watch it, I think that's good parenting, right? I think that's totally valid. But to start boycotting every single major film and this and that, it's like it just puts you in this hole, right? Like like the same thing, like where you end up getting a little too legalistic about everything, right?
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion without even watching the movie, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think censoring things because they're wrong is a proper way to approach things, because it's you're just going to end up finding any reason for anything to be wrong, right? Because
Yeah.
nothing's going to be holistic and full in itself, right? Because we see this in the church as well. Like a pastor says one thing that doesn't line up with your theology, all of a sudden they are a heretic. All of a sudden they're a false preacher, false prophet. The church starts coming down on these people because of like they'll say a few things that don't line up with what another camp is saying. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's not the movie that's the issue, right? It's people just reacting over controversy. People like controversy, bro. Like
Yeah.
the news would not sell. The news would not get ratings. People would not watch the news if they didn't take the worst of the worst stories and put it up, right?
Sure.
It's working off your amygdala in your brain, the fear center of your brain. So yeah, that's just
Yeah.
yeah.
What's crazy is just like, and going off that, is that the movies give me the perception that, like, they're kind of putting it as an attack on men, where Ryan Gosling is perceived as this way, and from the different commentators on the movie, it's kind of displaying like this sort of like feminized version of Ryan Gosling, or of Ken, and saying that because like of the Kens and the men of the world or whatever, that's why the world the way it is. And it's like, I don't know if the movie is actually portraying that. I haven't seen it, and honestly, to be honest, I don't really care to see it because I don't have an opinion on Barbie.
Dang, yo,
What
he's speaking tonight,
what
bro.
what I will say, and what I think should have gotten, or should be getting, controversy, is the Oppenheimer movie. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna try not to spoil it for you. But if any movie should be getting like we should be having conversations about, bro, it should be the Oppenheimer movie. We're talking about the making of the atom bomb, bro, and the fact that this atom bomb dropped on tens of thousands of people. Why is the Barbie movie having so much of a
Yo,
controversy?
you had the most out left like field like tape, bro. I didn't even y'all heard it first,
Come
bro.
on, like if we're being honest, bro, like we're talking about like an attack on like if we're talking about like we're taking this Barbie movie and we're being like, yo, this is an attack on men and men not to be men, and it's putting over like the or the Sound of Freedom, right? Like if we're talking about this, why are we not talking about these like this movie that is like it's a great movie. I loved it a lot, but why are we not talking about like should this be okay that the US dropped this crazy bomb on Japan, bro? Like, why are we not talking about that? Why is that not being more of a conversation that should be, I think, more of a controversy than the Barbie movie? Like,
Bro, I don't know, bro. Especially when we come from this conservative camp, right? Like, if your issue is really like attack on masculinity and all these things, like I feel like we shouldn't come at it at like this negative perspective of like, oh, this thing is attacking us. I think we should be preaching the values that we want to be raised up. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of times when it comes to things, people is like, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. But like, what is good? Like, like I think that's more important, right? It comes down to like when we're talking about like an example of this is kind of like more on the like progressive like socialist side, right? We always hear like, oh, capitalism bad, capitalism is bad, it's horrible. Okay, so what is the solution to this issue that if it's such a bad thing, right? I think it's the same kind of thing on this conservative end here. It's like this movie's bad, that movie's bad. Oh, I can't. My kids are not watching Disney Channel. My kids aren't watching Nickelodeon, SpongeBob. No, not. I'll throw it all out. But it's like, all right. So then, what is a man? If your issue is like this movie is bad for masculinity, what is masculinity? How do we live masculinity? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like that should be the conversation that people have. You know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and that's not. And I don't think that's the conversation that most people want to have because, like, in order to keep people to come back to what you're saying or to keep people to come back to what you're like, what you're spouting as far as like what you're for, like having those conversations aren't like appealing because it doesn't get anyone to be like, hey, we're against them, they're against us, we have to fight for this instead of like, in the sense of what you're saying, I might be getting this wrong, of finding like a common ground, like, hey, there's a problem here. What's the solution? Can we work out the solution? If
or not even just identify. Well, if I word it like this, it sounds like I'm wrong here. Well, like I'm really bad, really wrong. But not even identifying the issue. I guess just knowing the issue and like talking about the solutions more. You know, I feel like in our society we're really good and really quick to identify issues, but we're like very slow to working those issues out and having solutions for those issues, right? Yo, honestly, bro, yo, just follow Elijah on Instagram, bro. That man benching heavy these days, bro. That man lifting heavy, bro. We want to talk masculinity, bro. Yo, this man is lifting over. He's benching over his weight now.
Bro, yo, it's from that page that I like that you were talking about earlier, bro. Like I started listening to that joint, bro. I started watching that joint or reading it. I'm like, I gotta go to the gym.
For real. It's that page, and then also they have another page. My intern at work, he put me on. It's Stoic Wojak. That page, bro. Yo, that page, bro. It's like gratitude. They talk about gratitude all the time. It's like gratitude is the most honorable thing you could have, bro.
Yeah.
We need to push masculinity this way, bro. We need to stop talking about Barbie. What you as a grown man talking about Barbie, bro?
Benching, bro.
Damn, I don't even know what I could bench right now, bro. I don't even be benching like that,
bro.
I probably got like 5 pounds over my weight. Probably like 165 max right now.
Not what, bro? What's crazy? Even talking about masculinity, bro. I think even watching this movie, I don't think that like. I think if I was to see this movie, and I think if I do see this movie, I think at some point I will. That even if I see the supposed feminist type message or whatever, like in this movie, like I'm not gonna be offended by this movie. Like that, the fact that like I'm looking on TikTok and people are like upset, like grown men are upset about this movie and like. These things that is,
bro, they don't got enough issues in life. They don't got enough problems. They don't got enough bills. Bro, that's what it is, bro.
Bro, like you took the time out to say this on the internet to be like how you don't like this movie, but you could have went to go see Oppenheimer and then after went to the gym and
bro, you could have cooked a steak, bro. You could have cooked a steak, my guy.
You could have hung out with the homies and watched the UFC fight, bro. But you want to watch.
You
Barbie.
know how much push-ups you could have pushed out in the span of the Barbie movie, bro?
Bro,
And you over here, you over here typing out on Twitter, bro, on Twitter.
And the thing is, bro, like, I would be surprised if any one of these fools even picked up a Barbie doll, bro, and start playing with it. And I think it's just because, like, you want to be in on the culture, bro. You want to wear pink, and you want to be like, yeah, I'm standing out as a man. And like, I'm just like, cool. Like, I don't mind you wearing pink. I wear pink. This is like a pink John on the back of it or whatever. But I'm like, I'm not gonna go to this movie and then be upset that this movie isn't catering to my ideals as a man.
Why don't people literally push what they want, like in society, right? Like, I just don't understand it. It's like people always have an opinion and be like, I'm not saying don't have the opinion, right? Like, if that's truly your opinion, have the opinion. But it's like, why not use that same voice you're using to pull one piece down instead push something else, right?
Yeah.
Like Christine mentioned in the comments, Sound of Freedom. Like, why didn't you go see that movie, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? And talk about how good it was, you know? Like, it's like people truly just want to have an opinion that's some sort of disruptive, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, go hang out with your family, you know what I'm saying? Like, do something better, bro. Like, now it's always some issue, bro. It's always some issue every single week.
Bro, and it's the desire to always be afraid of something. And it's like, bro, you don't need to be like, if you are secure in your manhood, and if you are a father and you're raising boys or whatever, you want to go take them to see the movie, cool. But are you doing the work to be able to secure them in their manhood, being like, hey, you are a boy who will end up growing into a man? What are you giving them that is gonna let them realize that they are men and that they don't have to feel like they're being attacked in their masculinity, but they can feel secure? Like, what values, what things are you putting in them? First and foremost, are you giving them Jesus, who is the ultimate man? Like, I think that's a question that we have to ask ourselves, and I think that can segue us into like the how we should view this movie as Christians.
Wait, right before we segue, right? I feel like especially if you're a father, right? Like, if you're a father and you're over here online talking about how this movie is attacking masculinity, bro, sit down with your son and talk to him. Don't sit down and talk to Twitter. Talk to your son. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I just have to get that out, bro. My bad.
Why are you even taking your son to even go watch the movie if you're afraid of it? Like, and I don't know. I guess some people are like, they are having high hopes for the movie, but I feel like if it's a movie about Barbie, I don't know that I don't know, man. It's just
it's like I don't know. I feel like if you train your child in the way you want your child to grow, like, do your job. You know, society is always going to do its job, right? Like, to pull the child away from God, you know, dismantle the nuclear family, whatever, right? Like, society is always going to go against the grain, right? Like our whole religion of Christianity is heavily based on man of rejecting the desire of man, right? Of the flesh, right? So the antithesis to the spiritual things is always going to be the norm. It doesn't matter if it's a movie today. It doesn't matter if it's a book tomorrow. It doesn't matter if it's a TV show. Like, the antithesis of Christ will always be the social norm.
Yeah.
Yo, you got to clip that, bro. I feel like that was gold, bro.
Yeah. But bro, how should we even think about this as like being Christians, bro? Because like, I mean, you know, like, I'm sure there are Christians all over the spectrum that have, like, you know.
I'm gonna say something you don't like, bro. I'm gonna say something you really don't like. Just preach the gospel.
What am I not gonna like?
Just preach the gospel, bro. Like I know like that, like we always say that's very sometimes it's not complex enough, right? But the gospel, right? The life of Jesus, 33 years on earth, is the object perfect image of what masculinity is, right? So that 33 years, you look at that 33 years, and that is exactly how you solve this issue. Because there cannot be toxic masculinity if we have an object pure masculinity written down.
No, I mean that.
That's it. We can end the pod right here, bro.
Right now, bro. Unpack Type that a little bit more, bro.
So yeah, man. Like we see like Jesus was expressive. You know, one thing they say that causes toxic masculinity. An example of it is like, oh, the boys don't cry thing, right? Like people say that Jesus wept. You know,
Yeah.
Jesus was an excruciating like like feelings, like his feelings, like he's going to take on the weight of the world's sin the next day. Jesus wept. You know,
Yeah.
you know his best friend Lazarus died. Jesus wept. You know, like Jesus was a man that wasn't out. He wasn't a womanizer. You know, he wasn't a man of. He wasn't a drunkard.
Yeah.
He was a man of truth, love, fun. He was the life of the party, but yet he didn't sin. Right?
Yeah.
What does that mean in today's society? Like you know, like he's a man that paid taxes. You know, give to Caesar what is Caesar's. He didn't say let's go against Caesar. You know what I'm saying? He was a man of order, a man of values, virtue. Nobody could take that out of context. He wasn't just the virtuous man; he was the God of the universe too,
Come on
right?
now.
Like, yeah, I know. People, once you mention Jesus and virtue, people start taking that a whole different. But yeah, you know, you look at the life of Jesus, right? He put away the childish things when it was time to put away the childish things, right? We really only get two glimpses of Christ when he was a child, in the Gospels, right? We get the glimpse when he was born, right? And then they fled to Egypt, and then we get that glimpse where he goes to the temple, and he's like, you know, I'm about my father's business, you know, like, and after that we don't see him for what, probably like 18 more years, right? We don't something like that, 17, 18 more years. It's just this long pause in between, and I feel like there's value in that, right? There's value in that because he got to be a child, right? He got to be a child, and grow and learn. And when it was time for him to be adult and be a man, he picked up a trade. You know, he was a carpenter. And then when it was about time to be about his father's business, he left. He just left and went on 3 years of missions, right? And took the gospel outward, trained disciples and missionaries for, you know, because he knew what was coming. So like, if we have this perfect object form of masculinity, right? And then, you know, Paul also builds on it, but you know, Paul is not perfect like Jesus, right? But the word is written in whole. So we have so much examples of what it is to be a biblical man, right? You know, and then we have, like, for women, we have what is it, Acts 31. They have examples of what it is to be a biblical woman, right? So it's like we have this Bible, and we have what it is to be a man. So let's just submit to Christ, follow him, and do what he asked of us, right? Like, if our issue is really that society is corrupting masculinity, right? An attack on masculinity in the nuclear home. So let's look to Christ. Let's look to the gospel here, because the gospel has a perfect image of what masculinity is meant to be.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, I'm good. I got it out, bro. We're working on the stuttering too. This season, I'm going to try not to stutter at all, bro.
Bro, you good, bro. I'm trying to find. I cannot find it, but I feel like, was it First Peter that was talking about how men, or was it John that was talking about? I think it was John that was talking about how men should conduct themselves. Was it First John?
Is that not Paul and his qualification for the eldership?
Not that one. But I think that is also a good one to do, because I think that qualification, like, apart from eldership, is to everyone for sure. Let's see. I think I'm gonna come up on it. If I don't, it is what it is.
Let me ask you a question while you're looking for it, bro.
Yeah.
If Ben Shapiro got this strong opinion of what masculinity is to be, do you think Ben Shapiro is an example of what a masculine man should be? Tell me that, bro. Is he so perfect to the point where he is actually the image of what masculinity should be?
I mean, bro, if we talking about, like, you know,
can Ben Shapiro even bench one plate, bro, on each end?
Bro, I think you can, bro. All
right. We'll give him a pass then.
Like, okay, so I don't know. I'm not even going to assume what his personal life is like. I mean, obviously, like he is like he's a Torah, like a Torah following like Jewish person, right? So if we're talking about like if he's living into the, I don't know if he's living into the context of what this Jewish scriptures are saying of what a man should be like, I guess so. You know what I mean? Like wait, I think if
Dang, yo, I'm actually eating my words, bro. I just looked up Ben Shapiro muscle, and this guy's pretty jacked, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yo, Elijah, you cut out again, bro. Oh no, we lost him. We lost him.
Are you back?
Yeah, you good. You good. You good.
Got you. What was
Yeah, bro. This man's actually pretty jacked, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty big.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know. Like honestly, if anyone's not following Jesus, they are not the epicenter of what I should be looking to as far as how I should be a man, right?
Dang.
If Paul told Timothy, like, follow me as I follow Christ, if they're not following Jesus, why are you I can't look to you as a representation of how a man should be, because if we're even talking about on talking points alone and on a Daily Wire alone, if me going against the feminist agenda and talking about all these conservative things and how liberals are attacking us, if that is what a definition of a man is based on how you're talking about these people, I'm not following you, right? And that goes for anyone on whatever political side. That goes for anyone that's a Christian. Like, if you are not following Jesus and his representation of what it means to be a man, you aren't a picture of what a biblical man should be, because the biblical man points to Jesus, right? Like, if I can't see that you are walking in the image of Jesus, then like there's no reason for me to look towards you. That goes for red pillars alike, bro. Like, you can talk all the good things, and I think a lot of different worldviews pull from the way that a biblical man should be, because I think in reality,
because the Bible is objective, bro. It is objective with an O.
Because it's objective, and because all these other worldviews pull from Christianity in the first place. If you're not following Jesus, like, why should we be looking to you? Like, if you're a red pillar talking about all these conservative values, like, what's your basis to stand on?
Yeah, like, why are you even conservative? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I think, yeah, and that could go for both sides, because I feel like a lot of people, the apologetics world would call this what the cosmic soup, right? Like, it goes into the cosmic soup theory, right? Like if there's nothing to base your opinion on, you're just basing your opinion is literally built on nothing. Like you go back to it and it's like, oh, I believe this because I felt like this. Just a big bowl of soup. Like, nothing is fluid. I mean, everything is fluid. Nothing is solid. It isn't rooted in anything, like, at all. It's literally just because that, like, you felt like you think it's right.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. That some people might live like that. I can't live like that, bro. There has to be a little bit of reasoning, you know?
Yeah, that's it's great. I was talking to someone, or I was talking about someone, because like there's one guy that I know, childhood friend, that not childhood friend, but like the school guy that I used to go to school with, and like he does not believe in God, but he'll talk about all these different things, and I'm just like, what's your reasoning for even talking about these certain things? At least with Ben Shapiro, like, he's following the Jewish scriptures. So I'm like, okay, like, I think, I guess if we want to give him a pass, I guess we can, because like we're literally following but in light of Jesus coming, like, that he's not following that. But I'm like, cool, whatever. But like, if your basis of what you're talking about, and if we're talking about morals, if we're talking about masculinity, if we're talking about femininity, if that is not in light of Jesus, then like you might not be worth talking to about masculinity or femininity, because like you're going to
insert your own like agenda into it, right? But like at that point, you're creating an agenda.
Yeah, and you're going to be pulled to one side or the other, to one extreme or the other. Like, if you're not in that middle ground, which I think Jesus was that middle ground of like displaying masculinity, and dare I say femininity, because I don't know, man. Like,
I'm
that can
clipping that, bro. That's going on my personal TikTok that
bro,
you said that, bro.
that's okay because the goal is for us to get canceled. But I say this all to say that is the perfect human being who has a balance of all the emotions and all of the characteristics of what a human made in the image of God was intended to be, right? And if you're not displaying those values, whether you're a female or a male, then like I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like I think you need to do some soul searching and come to know Jesus, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Yo, honestly, bro. Yo, I'm just excited for this season, bro. I feel like there's so much to talk about this season, bro.
Bro, it's about to be lit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
So before we end off, bro, because I know we're going over time now, right? But there's two questions I gotta ask you, right? First
yeah.
question is, are we as Christians, and we kind of touched on this, but are we as Christians too much on guard? And then I guess what are your final like closing thoughts and opinion on this topic?
I think yes. I think we are too on guard. I think we're too on guard for the wrong things. Granted, I do believe that there is an attack on men. Like let's be honest. Like I
Is
think
it attack on men or is it attack on the nuclear family or both?
oh my goodness. Let's just say both. Right.
Okay.
I think that there is less of a desire what I'm seeing for the nuclear family, mom, dad, like to be in the home, and I think more acceptable options are being placed as being okay, right? And I think for people of color, and particularly speaking to the Black community, right, like that Black men not being in a home has been a norm for so long that at this point people are like, I'm okay to be a single mom raising my kids, which I'm just like, at the end of the day, like if that's a thing that happens, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Bro, I can't tell you how much cousins and families I got that just don't have a father in the home, bro.
Yeah,
Countless family members and family friends and stuff like that.
yeah. Which I think is I think it's on our generation now. Like if we are about to be in our 30s, right, 40s, whatever, like it's up to us to be like, okay, we're going to set the example. We're not going to leave our wives high and dry when things get rough. We're going to stick through it. I think that's we are the example now, especially as followers of Jesus. Like there is no excuse for us to go to leave our families, right? That's not an option for us, right? But I do think that for men and masculinity, I do think that there is some sort of like there's something happening, right? I think we should be on guard, but I think we rest in the promise that Jesus is keeping us and making things new, regardless of the fact whether or not we're looking outside and things are going like are in turmoil or whatever. Jesus is still keeping his church to this day.
Come on, Saint.
At the end of the day, right? I think as Christians, we have the hope that all things will be made new again. You know what I mean? If we're looking to that, we know that one day, whether it's right now, Jesus comes back tomorrow, or when we die and then we get to be resurrected again with Jesus, we know that things will be restored back to where they were, but 10 times better, right? Like we won't have these like these debates and arguments and
the
like
qualms, the quagmires, the conundrums, if one must say.
From the conundrums, bro. We won't have these things of people being like, hey, this is what a man should be or what a man should be like. It's like, no, like Jesus is giving us a taste of that picture when he came here. One day he's going to make that thing real, right? And we're all going to be how we're made to be perfectly.
So bro. I feel like us as Christians are too on guard. And the one thing is, I might push back against this at this point. I don't think there's an attack on men. I personally think there is an attack. There is an attack on the nuclear family, specifically the father, right? But I don't think the attack is on men specifically, but it is the values of traditional beliefs.
Okay.
At least that's what I see it as, right? So yeah, man, I feel like as you're saying, like we have to we really gotta look to the Bible, because one day we are going to be in perfection and there isn't going to be this debate, and like I think we got to choose our battles a little bit more wisely. I feel like we have a lot more energy to really push things that are positive and push things that we do agree with. And there's a lot more power than that, than pull things down that we don't like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think honestly, if I'm being honest, I think like the commentary, the conservative commentary on the Barbie movie is a L. Like, if I'm being
Straight
honest,
L, straight L.
I'm just like, especially Christian conservative. If you're a Christian conservative, whatever, most likely there's going to be Christian conservatives that are going to be talking about this movie or anything, right? It's like, this is an L, right? Just like how like when the whole like when the Sound of Freedom came out and it went crazy, it did really well, and the people more on the left leaning side were coming against the movie, saying it was like QAnon type, BS or whatever. It's like that was an L for them, because like you overlook this reality that sex trafficking, or I shouldn't have said that, child trafficking is a real reality. And the fact that you have movies all the time that point out these gruesome realities of things happening within the world, and you want to make a culture war on this movie that is just saying like, hey, this is a real thing. This is based on a true story of someone going in and doing a rescue mission. Like, you wanna hammer down on that, but this is a real reality. Just in the same way that it was an L for people on that side, it was an L for conservative people harping down the Barbie movie, which it was not for them.
Yeah,
if,
yeah.
Like,
This is a staple episode to show that we don't actually have a political opinion, bro. Because like,
I don't care about that,
bro. Yeah, like this, like if anybody ever called us conservative or progressive, bro, just refer them to this video, bro.
Yep. I mean, a lot of like, I'm gonna clip up a lot of shorts, put them out and whatever, and people are gonna say whatever. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, Jesus' kingdom has no allegiance to any political party, and I think that's like what we're standing on. I think even like when Josh comes back, when he's on here, he's saying the same thing. Like,
not that man conservative, bro.
Like, why?
Yeah. It's like no.
But it's like, like, why give our allegiance to any type of party when Jesus is literally reigning on his throne right now?
Yeah.
And like, granted, like, there are going to be some values that like they're crossing over, right? But it's like, for you to stick on one party, like, that's your conviction. But like, if you want to make everyone like that, it's kind of weird.
It's kind of like the topic on like a lot of race and keeping it in your community and stuff like that. It's like, successful communities support each other, right? Yeah. That's how community grows and people excel. Same way with Christians, and like, you support the things you believe with your dollar. That, like, I feel like that's one of the best things you can do, right? Like, if you don't support Walmart, don't go and spend your money at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
You don't support Nike, don't spend your money at Nike. Like, go somewhere that your money is going to be appreciated, something that you follow along with. That's why I don't even buy from big brands. I literally just buy clothes from this brand, right? Because like, I support this message, right? Like, so I spend my money there. So it's like, this is not a sponsored episode, by the way, so please don't flag us. That was not an ad. But yeah, not like we need to support the things that we do support, and give respect to those things, because like, the pulling down of things that we don't support, it does little to nothing besides just cause disruptiveness. Maybe sometimes that's necessary, but I think what is way more effective is doing better and supporting what we want to, because like, for example, you want to change a system, right? I don't believe that just protesting and voting alone is enough to change a system, right? So how do you do that? In a bureaucratic system, you go into the bureaucracy. You take the offices that you get elected for the offices. You take the jobs that work in the offices that have the influence to make the change that you want, right? That's what's so beautiful about bureaucracy, right? So it's like, it's the same concept. In a system where you don't agree with an artistic message, don't consume that art, because art is only as strong as you spend your money on. People make songs, people paint paintings that never get sold, that never get listened to. Those things don't have much power, right? But the second it starts to get traction, money starts getting involved, then people are talking about it. It has much more power, the much more money that goes to it. So don't spend your money on these things knowing that there's some agenda with it, right? There's this, there's that, so
that's a good point, bro, because it's like this, you're critiquing the movie. And so I watched Matt Walsh, and he was like, I'm not going to see this movie because I already know what it's about. I'm just like, I appreciate that because at least he was like, hey, he's in contact with Ben Shapiro and stuff, Daily Wire and whatnot, but he's just like, yo, I'm not gonna support this movie because like I don't want to watch this movie.
Yeah.
In this way, I think if you did not want to see this movie, but you just wanted to, talk about, how bad it was and everything like that,
Go do some push-ups.
You should, go do some push-ups. Went right, like you're literally like you're like you support things with your dollar, like you were saying. You support them even more by giving them your money. It's not like you can just go watch the movie and then ask for refund because you didn't like the movie. Is you went to go see the movie and you probably got popcorn, you probably got a large soda,
and they probably gonna take that extra money and they gonna make another one because you spent your money on it.
Come on, like you telling me that like, and one of the things that Matt Walsh was saying was like, yo, like this movie did well because it was not because of the acting, not because of the movie itself, but because Barbie has been an iconic toy forever. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Will they make it Barbie 2? They probably shouldn't because like I don't think that movie needs a 2. But I'm just like, you support things with your dollar, and if like the next time it comes around, you probably shouldn't watch it if you don't support the messaging that it's going to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, as you can tell, we have not watched this movie.
Yo, let Barbie be a doctor, bro. If she want to be a doctor, bro, if she want to be an engineer, yo, let her be an engineer, be a doctor, bro. Is that really what's causing the issues here, bro?
Yo, I'm going down a rabbit hole, but like, yo, for the guys that have watched this movie, are you upset that Barbie can do 250,000 jobs, or are you that like she's not like just a stay-at-home wife? Like, even though that's not the way Barbie was intentionally marketed when she was made, like, what exactly are we upset about that we're boycotting this movie? Not boycotting this movie, but we're talking bad about this movie. We're talking about how this man.
Yeah, drop it in the comments. Drop that in the comments. And like, also, if you guys aren't subscribed or like follow us on Instagram, make sure you do stuff because we're on a journey, right? We're on a journey to see Elijah body slam Sam, his younger brother, who is like 80 pounds more heavier than him, and he's straight muscle. He's like 220 straight muscle, right? But Elijah's in the gym every day. You want to see straight masculinity? We gonna follow Elijah's journey in this next year to gaining more weight so he can body slam his brother.
Hey, yo, I'm telling you, by this time next year, I hope to be lifting 205. If I'm not, I failed, and I might just go see the Barbie movie.
Yeah, you might. Yo, I think that's what it is, bro. If by this date, 7/30/2024, you can't bench 205, bro, you gotta go watch the movie the next day, bro.
Hey, yo, I'm dead, bro. Anyway, yo, this was the Sinners Only podcast. This is the first episode of season 5, and we have a journey for you guys and a bunch of controversial topics that I'm hoping will get us canceled, but we'll push us more.
Next week we got an episode for y'all.
So, yo, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later.
We out.